need a car or not. Maybe they find it's difficult to use public transport, and they find that it's more convenient to go everywhere they want if they own a car. And the other one is, if they are able to pay for a car, they will start looking for a car. Before they're looking for a car, they will ask friends for feedback about how they experience about the car, and they will also find information online, and also they will go physical store to do a drive test. Because in marketers' perspective, they would like to ensure the customer feels satisfied with the car. For example, low service costs, little maintenance, and long car life. They will also ask consumer for feedback to do better. Other than this, they will also make sure online information and the sales team members are well known about all the information about the car. Next will be purchase issue, which is stage 2. For other consumer perspective, it's quite a stressful experience for them to look for a car because there's too many varieties and they need to consider about the budget. So, and one more is they have to consider how they can pay for the car, either loaning money from the bank or installment basis, or they can pay the car up front. And where they could purchase the car, either from the online website, a car showroom, from friends or family, or they can either buy from the agent. From marketers' perspective, marketers need to provide different platforms for consumer, online, physical store, etc. They will also provide agents or professional salesmen to promote the car to you. And one more thing they need to consider is how they can deliver the car to their customer. It's either customer come and pick for themselves, and they can deliver the car in front of the customer house. The last stage will be post-purchase. Under consumer's perspective, there is 2 possible reactions, which is the satisfied and they will either dissatisfied. If they are satisfied, they will share the information, how the good experience to their friends or family, word by mouth, and customer loyalty is automatically developed to the brand. If the customer is not satisfied, they will create bad publicity about the company. They will talk bad things on the social media, etc. From marketers' perspective, marketers can offer further discount for newer models to attract customers to come back and buy again from them. If there is any problems, if the customer are not satisfied with the product, with the car, they can also offer them. They can also always welcome the customer to come back, and they can fix problems for them. And if the customer are satisfied, the marketers also will provide some extra services for the customer. For example, free car service, warranty of the car. This is also to attract them to come back and buy again. Now I will pass it to Sarah.
Hello, my name is Sarah, and I'm going to explain about personality, how it works on the consumer's buying decision. So first, consumer will make their decision and purchasing habits upon their personality and character. So there is 5 factors. First is Freudian theory. What is Freudian theory? Freudian theory is the cornerstone of modern psychology as it built on the basis of unconscious needs. So there's 5 categories. Number 1 is ID. It is basic needs and instinct. And second is your superego. Superego is like social rights and morality. And where ego is your conscious control when ID and superego is mixed together. And then 4th is pleasure principle related to ID. which is satisfaction on your ID, and reality principle is related to ego, facing your reality. And this is our example since we are using a car product. So ID and superego works as your devil and angel in your mind. ID is when you find the difficulty of using public transport from your house to your workplace or school. You start to feel like, oh, I really want to buy a car. And superego is your angel side saying, do I really need it? Or is that the only way to get the product? And ego is yourself that's actually start planning to actually buy a car. And next is the pleasure principle and reality principle. And pleasure is, it drives you to avoid the pain and prolong your pleasure. And particularly at times of psychological weakness or vulnerability. And lastly, it actually reaches to your desire. But on the other hand, your reality principle is the things that stop you to actually reach to your desire. And such as your financial status or limitation, where your brain and your heart says yes to buying a car, but your bank account says no. And next is your trait theory, which is consumers' personality upon their choices. We have choose a high environment of decision. So consumer respond primarily to good price or purchase convenience. And after purchase, consumer might experience post-purchase, which is disturbance when they notice disadvantages in the product. For example, the car is expensive product, so the consumers will really focus on what they fit for their needs and best resulting in high involvement decision. And last but not least, we have personality effect, where influence personality on purchase decision upon the consumers. And we have choose psychographic segmentation, which there is a 5 category, which is lifestyle, social class, AIO, which is activity, interest, and opinion, and personal value and attitude. This will be explained further in the last slide, and I will move up to Mohammed. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Mohammed, and I'll be talking about the 5 different personality traits that there is. So to start it off, we have sophistication trait. Sophisticated brands are basically brands that are frequently associated with the upper class. They link with things such as beauty, glamorous, exclusivity, and elegance. So a good example would be Rolls-Royce. Rolls-Royce is a luxurious car automotive brand that has always been focusing on the finest of details, trying to give consumers the highest of quality to ensure they meet the standards set by those with an exclusive life. Secondly, we have the excitement trait. Now, excitement personality trait is basically brands that are new, unique, they are trendy yet modern. They try to do things that define the ordinary. It's just something new to the market, which is what Tesla is. Tesla is the only electric car brand that has been defying the odds in recent years. With new, recent, and new innovative technology with unique features, they've been able to capture the market through their ability, from the car's ability to self-drive through their autopilot mode, the fact that it's completely electric, as well as the fact that it can even update its software automatically at any time. Thirdly, we have Perodua, the sincerity trait. Now, Perodua is known very well as being a brand that was made by the Malaysians and is for the Malaysians. That's why Malaysia's #1 choice. Sincerity are brands that are often down to earth. They're very cheerful, yet very wholesome and honest with their customers, which is what has propelled Perodua on becoming #1 in Malaysia. They do this by trying to give their customers a very fair price without trying to cheat them. They're very honest with their customers. And another way is by being very connected with their consumer base. They maintain a strong relationship to further expand their business. I'm going to play a short video now about Perodua. personality trait is ruggedness. Ruggedness is basically brands that are more daring. They're very tough and they're outdoors and they're just give an overall sense of toughness and strength. And nothing dares people to do the extreme better than a Ford truck. Now Ford has always been focusing on its demographic of men by challenging their masculinity. They do this by making their trucks very, very strong with mechanical inclusions that allows the truck to do over many obstacles and restrictions, whether it's mountains or whatever it needs to be, which is why it's become the most perfect car for laborers and, more importantly, men. Lastly, we have competence. Competence is basically a brand personality that focuses on involving a great deal of technical features. They do this by trying to evolve around the successful and thoughtful leader. Now, the competence is very associated with the fact that they're reliable and secure, like thoughtful leaders. They're very hardworking and so on. BMW is known very well worldwide as the ultimate driving machine. They do this by being reckless but confident, sporty but classy type, who values performance and top-of-the-line engineering, which is very suitable for those who have reached a higher degree in success in life. Now I'm going to pass it on to my colleague.
Hi, my name is Lee Sarchet. Lifestyle and consumer identity. Product complementary. Product complementary occurs when the symbolic meanings of different products related to another one. Consumer are used these sets of products we call consumption constellations to define, communicate, and perform social roles. Example: if a person purchases a BMW car, the others will relate him to the high income level person, since the BMW car is a luxury vehicle. Co-branding strategies. Co-branding is a marketing strategy that utilizes multiple brands names on a goods or service. As parts of a strategic alliance and partnership contribute its own identity to help combine market strengths, brand awareness, and positive associations to compel consumers to pay a greater premium for them. For example, BMW partnered with well-respected GPS company, which is Garmin, to further increase their sales. And the other example is BMW also partnered with Harman Kardon speakers before. AIO, activities, interests, and opinions. AIO are a person's characteristics used by market researchers to identify a person's psychographic profile. Activities focus on someone's daily routines and hobbies. A person joining a BMW car is more likely to stay loyal and purchase from them. Interest reveals concepts and ideas that drive person's passions. A person may be a classic car enthusiast and are likely to import such cars from abroad to widen their collections. Opinions are people's beliefs and views. Marketers use these to understand consumer views on a new car release and its specifications. Now I would like to pass it to Jason.
Mr. Chen, psychographic. Consumer psychographic is a strategy of grouping consumer based on the lifestyle and interest. Before the consumers buying a car, they are based on focus on the performance and price. For example, Myvi is a good example with a keyless entries and touchscreen reviews that perform with the luxury car is almost same. And the price maintained around 60,000, and it is the highest sales model in Malaysia. So how does life affect the consumer behaviors? Lifestyle of a person is a critical influence by their needs and wants, as well as external factors such as family cultures and social class. For example, the high-income customer want to buy a car, they will spend more money to buy a luxury car because they are focused on the performance. And the second one is women will prefer buy a small car because it's convenient to parking and drive, such as Mini Cooper. That's all.
For